Welcome everyone. Today we are going to do our reading for Leo. I had a lot of people reach out and ask for Leo, so your comments do influence me. Sometimes it just takes one, and sometimes if I see like 10 people ask, then I'll do that reading. So we're going to do Leo, Sun, Moon, or Rising. A lot of you are intuitively guided to the reading, and I just find that more and more, and I think you do too. So, whatever brought you, welcome. Leo is one of my favorite signs to do because my son was August 12th, my mother was August 5th. My grandson is July 23rd, and I think that's right on the cusp. And Sam is August 23rd, but he's a Virgo, but on the Leo cusp. Depends where you're at in the world, I suppose. All right, guys, let's get into your reading. So we have a full moon in Taurus, the Beaver Moon, I believe it's called. So Taurus, is the energy where you can kind of get comfy in that energy. But then we do have a lunar eclipse towards the end of November, so that comfy feeling, it may shake us up a little. So let's go ahead and begin. Somebody just got this. I think it was Scorpio. This is the Mother Mary deck. And we have home. That kind of reminds me of Taurus. The home is important, right? The stability, the foundation, that type of energy. I trust and follow my divine guidance about my home. All right, we'll read that at the end and see how it fits in the reading. It will. It always does. And now what we're going to do this month is we're bringing the major arcanas back. This will give us like the bullet points of the reading. Only major arcanas. I'm not ready to take any yet. Jesus, like whether I'm ready or not. That was a strength card. I just saw that, which is card of Leo. As is the sun, ruling planet. Okay. So again, I feel like these are like the bullet points of the spread that we're going to have, but they may tell their own little story at the same time. They usually do. We have, okay, they're all reversed. I'm going to flip them. We have the moon. It is Pisces major arcana. Reading for the sun, and we got the moon. We have the Hermit, your neighbor, Virgo. I often feel Virgo and Pisces are opposites, but at the same time can really benefit from each other's energy. And then, hello, lovers. We have the Lovers. Card of Gemini, by the way. I know there's a glare on the cards, and I apologize. It's like I gotta shut off my ceiling light, but anyways, let's look at this. So we have the Hermit right in the middle. Again, can be a Virgo, but this is really about, I feel like, first of all, this Hermit is out with the people, like amongst the people, shining his lantern, his beacon of light. How did he get that? Well, maybe he walked through the dark, right? He went through the dark night of the soul, and now emerging as the Hermit. And it's interesting because the Hermit's also illuminating the Lovers. I'm seeing Cupid, and their fingers are interlinked. I don't know, someone may just like, that alone may bring something to you, like just, walking along with their fingers interlinked. Anyway, the Hermit's shining a light upon the Lovers. So let's see why. I'm going to use the Lightseers Tarot for you. I really love this deck because I feel like it's very positive. Whether I just read it that way, I don't know. I just find it very positive. So we're going to give them the starring role. See 2 cups on the bottom of the deck. Okay. Let's see what's going on. Wow. We have the 7 of Pentacles. It is showing up in a reverse. It did seem to want to reverse itself, so we're going to leave it that way. What's it want us to know? Well, 7 of Pentacles is about patience. I feel like it's the first thing it talks about is like having patience to allow something to develop, right? Your seed of intention, or your soul's seed that was planted before you even maybe came to this lifetime. So it just have patience so that everything that can develop will be developed. It's like the Hermit again emerging from the dark into the light and illuminating the Lover. So could say that I may be pushing something or wanting something before it's time. Doesn't necessarily mean that that whatever I'm being impatient about doesn't mean that I won't have what it is that I want. It just means that maybe the timing is important. It's like things going on behind the scenes that we're unaware of. We have Temperance. Well, first of all, card Sagittarius, but both of these cards teach the art of patience. Temperance is about divine timing. I often feel when Temperance shows up in a reading, like you can take a deep breath because like almost like you've done your part and now allowing the rest to create itself. Well, what else am I holding? 3 of Swords. Okay. She's looking right up at the Hermit. So, this dark night of the soul, or I'm saying dark night of the soul doesn't necessarily have to be that, but, difficult, hurtful, hard times. The one thing about the Hermit doesn't emerge from the cave until the Hermit has seeked the wisdom that he was after. And I feel like once you earn that beacon of light, you don't have to fear the dark anymore, right? Because you always have that light. You always did. But maybe now you recognize it more. We have the Page of Wands. Can be Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Can be of an earlier time. But really what I'm feeling here is it's about the atmosphere. So Temperance, I feel like, is saying this 3 of Swords exists, right? It's what has cast a shadow. The Hermit is doing its job. by seeking real wisdom, real answers over the Three of Swords. And then the Page of Wands to me is then the Fool, the one who says, you know what, I'm gonna. She's not thinking and analyzing and that type of energy. She's doing the opposite. She's got like this optimistic viewpoint, almost like that might be Temperance. What Temperance is saying is, we need to slow down just a minute for some reason, because this person feels like, I'm ready, let's go. Like, I'm going to throw my wand and, it's going to hit the Lovers. We have the Queen of Pentacles. Can be a Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn. It's interesting because, again, we have the Taurus moon, full moon. But we also have the energy of Virgo here. Look at this. We have the Ace of Pentacles coming under Temperance, under divine timing. What does that say? It says the right time will be the right time, and almost like I can let go of control of when and what and how things must happen, and instead go with the flow, because here's this ace, here is this seed, right? Here is a seed that maybe I've been wanting to cultivate. Maybe I've been overwatering it because I'm impatient. I want it to grow, right? Temperance is saying it just wasn't time yet. The time, this Three of Swords is kind of like, almost like out of place here, right? But it's part of, who's ever in this reading, right? It is part of. But the Hermit definitely trumps that, because the Hermit understands now. Even if, listen, my heart can ache for many different reasons. And it's not just about love, it's just life, and the things that pierce our heart, right? But those things, it's not that, how do I say this? Like, in a way, like an ache remains, but your life isn't over. You know what I mean? And to carry the heaviness of the Three of Swords forward, I feel like it would be a hindrance to this Ace of Pentacles. This queen down here, she looks nice and chilled. She's just sitting there. She's got her eyes closed. She got the Seven of Pentacles above her. So I feel like she is being patient. She's carrying a pentacle in her hand. And then the very next card is the Ace of Pentacles. So we'll see what that means. We have, look at this, the Ten of Pentacles. First of all, I want to say a lot of pentacles for a fire reading. But that's not a bad thing. That can be a good thing. Of course, another one, Six of Pentacles. So we have the Ten of Pentacles and the Six of Pentacles. Somewhere in this heartache, it must have come from like a family home. Perhaps the stability that I thought I had, I didn't. And I just want to say, though, ultimately, whatever this ace is bringing to you, again, through divine energy, where does it ultimately put you? In the Six of Pentacles. Interesting, because we are moving into Universal Year 6 next year. And that is about stability, relationships, home, all that. Home. That might be why I've gotten that already twice. out of what? I think I did 4 readings so far for November. Anyway, Six of Pentacles is, it's a very charitable type energy. It's a very giving. It's a very balanced, well, you have to ask yourself. Sometimes it can be giving. I give more than what I receive. So I got to find the balance in that, right? But I also got to be open to receiving. We have the Emperor. Some of you could certainly relate to a job. Your career, where you put your creative energy into. The Emperor is the boss, the leader, the one in the upright others look up to because of because of his experience. The Emperor is someone who plans well. Okay, what else we have? We have the World. So this Ace of Pentacles brings the energy of the world, a new chapter. Some of you, this is about a job, and I don't know. Like, I feel like I don't know. Let me think about that. We have the Seven of Swords. That's probably why I'm like, I don't know. Like something's pulling me away from. The Emperor's looking right at the world. So the Emperor's part of it. Part of this next chapter. Whether that be you. Or whether that be someone else. It is the card of Aries. But I feel like more it's talking about your pentacles because we have so many. And I feel like, what have I been impatient about? Because that's what I feel like Temperance is talking about. So, you could ask yourself, is there something I've been impatient with? I feel like some of you starting a business and maybe, right out of the gate, it didn't feel like it was taken on momentum. I feel like it's saying, don't quit, don't give up. It's almost like all of us were going through some type of energy where it just felt, maybe it's all the planets that were in retrograde, but something felt like restrictive, right? Okay, well, let's get our last card out. I wasn't going to take this many. I'm going to bring this down just a hair. The person in the Page of Wands she's got her head bent back and she's looking up. And when she looks up, what she's looking at is the Lovers. She's throwing that wand out into the air, and where is it heading towards? Well, it looks like it's piercing the corner of the Lovers card. Almost like someone has... it's like someone has finished their, what do I want to say? It's like two people go to college, right? Going for the same degree. One finishes before the other, for whatever reason. Life got in the way for one, which slowed down the process. Well, I feel like the other did the normal, for 8 years, whatever it is, and, receives the degree. And I'm feeling like I have someone like that, but then I also have the other end of that where I feel like someone did not. And I'm just saying it for a measurement of time between these two energies. Like I walked through the darkness. I did it, right? And someone's emerging from that. But yet I feel like another not quite there yet. Okay, why did I stop? I was going to get the last card. So anyways, you have the Ace of Pentacles, right? That's being handed down to you from Temperance, which is divine. That Ace of Pentacles moves immediately into the Ten of Pentacles, and below it is the World. Some of you may find this is the time when you are going to be settling down, when maybe you are starting a family or blending families. You know, the right one just comes along, even if I think there is no right one. The right opportunity. We have Justice, card of Libra. And then we have the Empress on the bottom of the deck. You know, so the Empress is very creative, nurturing, strong type energy, about to give birth to something, you know, something like usually within a creative house, about to give birth. Here is the Emperor. And it could be talking about an Empress and an Emperor. Again, forget the signs and think about the two people. Similar paths, right? Similar paths. Difficult paths, both having difficult past, but both showing up as their ultimate self in the reading. Justice could represent a, you know, it doesn't feel like it's a divorce because it's at the end of the reading. You know, I also feel like here's this Ten of Pentacles, right? Here is, you know, the safety of the home, the stability of the home, having all that I need. Six of Pentacles may say, but, you know, did you, like, if you had more than you need, did you give? Just a quick side note. But anyways, I feel like, you know, I was feeling stable within this family unit. And then I do feel like the Seven of Swords is representing something that happens, you know, almost like against someone's will. I mean, you know, Seven of Swords carries untrustworthy energy with it. It's like the thief in the night, right? We open up the reading with the moon, you know, we're reading for the sun, you know, so now I feel like, you know, that has already happened. But I feel like, you know, what did it produce? It produced the Three of Swords. It produced the Three of Swords. So we have to look above that. So what's the Three of Swords ask for? The Hermit's energy. Seek the wisdom out of the experience. Don't carry the pain. You know, and don't think that, you know, that's all that you are, like that you can't evolve, because you can evolve. You know, many of you know my daughter's going through something difficult, and I keep telling her it's temporary. It seems, sometimes things seem impossible, but it's temporary. So, let's bring out the clarifiers. And listen, maybe someone did end up cutting ties with another. That may be what Justice is representing. I feel like I got a card flipped around here. I don't see it. Sorry guys, it's like I feel like it wants to come out, but where is it? I keep seeing it and then it like disappears on me. Okay, well, it's weird. I could have swore it was in the beginning. Aha, I found it. Look at that, the Emperor. Interesting. The Emperor, and look how long it took. It's almost like the Emperor is hiding. But he was face up at the same time. It was me having a difficult time reaching this card, which will now fall over the Seven of Pentacles in reverse. So I feel like many of you that are here are the Empress, and I feel like the Emperor, is can certainly be a counterpart. Now, it can certainly relate to business ownership at the same time. You know, both of them have collective wisdom, right? They've learned from their past. They've learned from their experiences. I want to say mistakes, but is anything really a mistake? You know, I feel like some of us we do come back in this lifetime to pay back karma of another that was not paid back. Sometimes I feel like that we come to finish. You know, like maybe we were lovers in our last life, but we had these challenges to reach each other in this life. Doesn't mean you can't. It just means because these challenges are meant to be, they're meant to overcome, you know, so that I can close that karmic door. All right, we have the Seven of Swords again, touching the moon, but also Temperance. I feel like, you know, in 7 and 7, but one of the sevens is a reverse. This can be you too, not trusting yourself, not trusting your abilities. You know, I don't feel like the Emperor and the Empress, again, you know, maybe there's something I want to do, but I don't have a degree. But there's a million trillion things that you can do because, again, very creative energy. Don't deny yourself of that. Um, and I feel like also, am I trying to move too quickly towards something? Because, and also, am I moving too quickly without, like, I'm not ready, I'm not armored, I don't want to say armored. Let's say you're doing tarot, like, you know what, I'm just going to start doing tarot readings, and you don't know anything about the cards. I mean, I'm not saying that's right or wrong, but what I'm saying is I feel like it's saying that you, like, slow down, you move too fast. You know, it's about gaining the knowledge that you need. Enough, just enough. But I also think of the Emperor and the Empress. It's about a period of time, right? I learn as I go, um, and you know, I learn as I go. Look at this. What is going on here? We have the Lovers again. Um, Double Gemini, double Aries on the table, by the way. Wow. All right, we have the Lovers again. And, you know, I mean, it's pretty clear to me for some of you, this is talking about love. This is talking about a connection. And again, I feel like almost like I I didn't see the problem, or hmm, how do I want to say this? Like, First of all, I want to say I do feel like this is talking about a couple, and I do feel like the Ten of Pentacles, like it existed, and then I feel the Seven of Swords enters the picture. So for some reason, things turn a different direction where now I don't know if I can trust someone, whether they've given me a reason or they haven't. It's just like something has happened. Something is like being, something was. This is was. Because I feel like we've come full circle. Anyway, it's like almost like someone doing something by the light of the moon. So, anyways, it almost feels like one of those love stories where there is tragedy in it, there is pain in it, but there's also clearly a great connection, great chemistry, um, great love. I have to say that, though I don't have any cups yet. Well, I have temperance. Hmm. What do the lovers share? What do these two lovers share in this reading? The Hermit. We have the Ten of Swords, and we have the Five of Wands. Well, I almost wish that didn't come out, because Ten of Swords is difficult energy. I have to say that I feel like also there was an imbalance in the giving and receiving within this relationship, or this is one of the lessons you're learning through different relationships, maybe to bring you to the ultimate relationship. Or if this is someone coming back, right? They're coming at their highest vibration, I feel like. But boy, do I feel like there's a lot that maybe has taken place. The Ten of Swords, I don't know if I want to blame it all on one person or just say this is the collective, stab in the back, my whole life type of energy. I feel like the Five of Wands coming out with that, I'm going to be honest, I feel like it's saying that there was ego, a lot of ego involved. Um, I feel like in the Five of Wands, like no one is right, like no one is willing to back down. And that to me comes from the ego. But it wasn't serving these lovers, it was actually causing, more swords. I do feel again someone giving more than the other. I don't know, like it's almost like I'm seeing justice down here, like, but I don't want to judge. But judgment is like, or justice is like, but you put your spin on it. I am noticing the 10 goes to the 5. This could be why, what happened, right? Chances are, maybe both of you came to the relationship with some of those swords already in your back. All right. I feel like it's just trying to give you an idea. Why do these things come out in tarot? Why do I think they come out? I think they come out because if we don't see them, if we don't understand them, but perhaps, it was someone that I had a great love for, and perhaps that opportunity will show back up. But if the time hasn't been taken to figure out, well, how did we get to the end? Like, because if we don't change it, then we're going to have the same results. You know what I mean? So I feel like that's what the Hermit is here for both of these lovers. It's almost like both of them having to go through their own dark night of the soul, um, and find their own light. Both having to realize that, there was an imbalance. Whether this is someone who's coming back or someone new, you want to see these things so that you don't recreate them, right? Okay. And again, I feel like this is the past. We have the Magician. Beautiful. This is the energy of manifesting. This is the energy of, we can look at the Page of Wands as our Fool, and then the first person that the Fool meets along the journey is the Magician. Says, look in your knapsack. You have every tool that you need to get through this journey. The right people would appear at the right time. Sometimes it may be at the very, very end of it, right? Because maybe sometimes we're not getting out of the way. Ten of Swords, let's be realistic with ourselves. I feel like we probably could have moved so these swords didn't keep stabbing us. But listen, maybe we were young. I mean, I've done many things when I was young that I can look at now and be like, my God, what was I thinking? King of Cups. So getting some water through the King of Cups. Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces. With this Ace of Pentacles. Okay. I feel like this queen down here with her eyes closed and she's chilled out. It's almost like she's holding on to this pentacle that is right there. Is she manifesting it? Because I feel like if she is, she's successful. Because she's carrying the energy of the Magician. And again, I feel like you're all people. Unless you feel otherwise, you know what I mean? So here is the pentacle. Here is her manifesting it, and then boom, the very next card is the actual pentacle, the actual seed, coming through the energy of the King of Cups. This can be someone in the upright who is very, very happy in a relationship, prefers to be in a relationship. Also touching Temperance, so I don't have fear over this person, even though I do see the Seven of Swords there. But in the same breath, maybe, I don't know, I feel like this person comes to the table yearning to be in a relationship. The next card is the Ten of Pentacles, so we have the Hangman. But hang on. We have the Eight of Cups. Hang on. Someone's got to take a moment. Again, 8. Self. I don't know why I'm saying again 8. I don't know if you had any other 8s, but this is about self. This is about what it says is this is where you want to take a moment and just clean up your emotional house, right? Get it in order. Don't allow it to affect you anymore, right? I'm just putting the cups back up, touche. C'est la. That doesn't sound right. C'est la vie. Because someone's moving out of this energy. So I'm moving out of an emotional time and I'm allowing myself, right? I have to do it, right? Or they have to do it. I can't do it for them. And I like that it's coming over the Six of Pentacles because it feels like, much was learned during that. You do emerge with the sense of compassion and empathy, maybe for all or maybe for one in particular. We have the Nine of Wands. That makes sense also because the Nine of Wands is about the effort that you put in. And over this Emperor, I feel like I'm flip-flopping a little bit, but I don't know why I need to talk about each card, but I feel like the Nine of Wands talks about your ability to really get through anything. and to create anything. It's coming over very creative energy. So, the Nine of Wands is the responsibility towards, like, understanding my journey, my responsibility in it, all of that. Nine of Wands, I feel like, is energy where I do not give up. Again, feeling a little worn and torn, but ultimately coming out as the Emperor. Some of you, again, is talking about your business. We have the Five of Swords. All right, well, it's almost like the universe is saying we're giving you this ace, but in return, what we'd like you to do is to clear some energy. Five of Swords is just saying what's toxic, what's no longer serving me, right? We're moving into a new universal year soon. Um, a lot of planets were in retrograde, went direct. Um, I feel like even the full moon in Taurus, I feel like there's, anyway, I feel like it's just a need to, like, say goodbye, say la vie, to those things, those people that just, those ideas, those thoughts that aren't serving you, that have become toxic to you. Don't tell yourself you can't, because you can, right? It's just showing itself over and over again. You can. Um, And even the Seven of Swords energy has become toxic to you, even if it happened 20 years ago. Why? Well, because the energy hasn't been cleared. The door hasn't been closed. It's been left open to linger through everything. That's kind of how I'm seeing your energy right now, right? There's certain doors, and if they're not closed, if it's a door of negativity, then it's like all this energy is going to come out and kind of just find itself and find you. So we want to close those doors. Anyway, why so much being asked of you? Well, to give you the very best, I feel. First of all, we have two lovers. Beautiful. We have the Emperor and the Empress. I just noticed we have the World here twice. All right, so we have the Six of Wands. Look at that. The Six of Wands coming over the Seven of Swords energy. And that is the energy of victory. The Hangman is, first of all, the Hangman seeking wisdom on my next steps, right? So I feel like the Seven of Swords, again, I feel like it's energy that just keeps following you because the door is not shut to it. This is shutting that door. This is shutting that door. Not just that, but boy, you become wise because of it. And how are you able to shut that door? Because you did look at how it was serving you, like how it was toxic to you. It's like holding on to a grudge, thinking we're hurting them when we're not. They're probably not even thinking about it. I mean, how many times, I don't know, at least for me, I know where I had a grudge and then I was mad at the guy I was with, and then I, go to talk to the guy and he's just like having a good old time watching football and not even thinking about it. And it's like, what was I doing? Anyway, look at this. We have the Queen and we have the King of Cups. And then look at this. We have the World. So I feel like you have quite a beautiful mix here. I do feel like it's talking about love. I feel like very like-minded energy. It makes sense to me, like at this time of year also, because I feel like a lot of people are there. I feel like a lot of people are finding their, I don't know, next partner or their partner for life soon. Because I feel like almost like not just that it's going to be a universal year 6, but I feel like that's what the world needs. And again, Temperance is the controller of divine timing. Right? Everything happening when it's meant to. The hangman clearly showing that, until the door of this, and again, it's just I'm not willing to carry this energy around with me anymore of what has happened. And I feel like in the Empress, or even the Empress energy, anything that's untrustworthy that comes towards you, especially with the beacon of light from the Hermit, you'll see it, because that's really what the light is doing. It's illuminating the snake, the serpent, so that the Hermit sees it before it attacks him, right? It lets him prepare accordingly. Let's just say, step out of the way, whatever. I think you know what I'm saying here. So this hangman feels like it's playing an important role. Um, because I mean, we have two worlds. It's interesting because it's like one issue over here is what's toxic to me, and one issue over here is what's kept me in my emotional house, right? I feel like if this is two people are coming back together, they have to look at that Ten of Swords and that Five of Wands again. Maybe I found myself being very aggressive because, truth be told, I was hurt. I was scared, right? I've been here before. Like, I've heard those words before. Um, I felt that energy before, and I remember the outcome of that, right? So then, boom, next thing you know, it's like, um, and maybe both feel that way, right? So I feel like egos, like, boom, come up, and they can't penetrate. But honestly, every time I see the Six of Wands, and by the way, we have the Six of Wands, so we have the progression. But I feel like that is where we are now we are now looking up to one another. We now understand. This is persuasive type energy. So I feel like we got love. I feel like we got business, and I feel like both um, are very good. And again, for business, I feel like, again, I have you here as like the leader, the business owner, um, at the top type of energy. But Seven of Pentacles in reverse is saying just be patient. It will come to you. I feel like it will come to you. Be willing, to keep Knight of Wands, keep going after it. I feel like many of us have gone through a time. I know, like every time I upload a video, it's like I lose 200 subscribers, and I think, well, that's weird because it happens every single time, to the point where I'm not moving. It's not moving. Now I don't care, but my analytical mind, numbers are important to me. They represent different things to me. um, so anyways, but I don't feel like it was just me. I feel like it's the universe, and I do feel like it's changing. Here's two worlds, here's two lovers. And I often feel the world is the best chapter of my life. And it is a chapter where I am me and I am comfortable in my own skin. I'm not approaching things through ego, right? Um, and the Empress very loving and nurturing now. She's no fool in the same breath. They balance, the Emperor and the Empress balance each other out, much like the Queen and King of Cups here. So we have very like-minded energy, but when it plays against you, remember, there's always the polar opposite. We can have the best chemical attraction that there is, but then when we are fighting each other, it goes to a 10 immediately. So, and it's just learning how to tame, right? We need to learn how to tame the beast within each of us, within ourselves. I feel like in this type of energy, there's a mirror being held up, and we don't always like what we see, right? But what we see is there to help us um, close the door to it, get rid of it, eliminate it. So, um, I feel like patience, number one. and then closing doors. That could certainly, we're in a universal year 5, and that is all about change. But it's to seek you. It's to seek freedom, and I feel like freedom doesn't necessarily mean like freedom from another. It's freedom within myself, right? Freedom to be myself. Freedom to do the things that I love, to follow my creative house, all of that. Um, Freedom and Ten of Swords don't go hand in hand. It may be the time that you, if this couple were together before, that period of freedom, maybe it was needed, right? Because I feel like both come back to the table as the Emperor and the Empress. So I'm going to stop talking. But I do want to read your card. So let's read Home. You drew this card because of your concerns about what is happening in your household. Mother Mary is letting you know that God is watching over you and sending you divine guidance as how you can improve your home life. Expect a positive change in your current situation, especially as you allow more love to reside within the home of your heart and mind. Your home life affects your happiness, relationships, and even your health, so it's essential to take action steps to bring about a peaceful, safe, and happy environment. Yet, change can be threatening because of fears of the unknown, even if it's a positive adjustment. If you find yourself resisting making a change for the better, call upon Mother Mary and the angels for encouragement, signs, and guidance. Trust these messages and follow them home. Beautiful. And I'm going to leave it there. I love you guys. As always, thank you. Thank you for staying to the end. I felt like Jimmy Fallon for a minute, like, thank you. Thank you. Let me write my thank you cards. Um, anyway, thank you for staying to the end. I feel like this is where your messages are at. Um, we'll let that truck go by. Oh, sounds like a big truck. That's weird. Um, kind of out of place. Anyway, thank you for coming to my table. I hope that you are open to the reading. Again, it shows the lovers, it shows that connection, it shows the ability to be successful in business, but it's showing you how, right? It's not saying this is magical, even though your thoughts, your manifestation, your visions of it, your continued putting into it, your willingness to learn is helping you to reach the ultimate where you want to reach. If I stay in that Ten of Swords and if I stay in my ego, well, that's where I stay. That's where I stay. So, I love you. I hope all these blessings come to you because I feel there's a lot of blessing here. I will see you next time at my table. Bye bye.